The outdoor urban environment is saturated with information. Nevertheless, accessing this information remains an unintuitive task. Interaction with a local friend while walking down the streets is vastly different than that with the mobile phone. What are the challenges on the way for a new local search? To answer this is Assif, VP of Engineering and co-founder at Fringefy, developing the next generation of visual search for mobile devices and wearables. Please join me in welcoming Assif to the stage.
Hi everyone, my name is Assif. I'm one of the founders of Fringefy. We do visual search for places. I recently returned from a trip to Japan. While walking in the streets of Tokyo, I saw so many cool places, but I couldn't tell what many of them were. I also couldn't look them up online because I don't know Japanese. I'm certain a similar thing has happened to anyone who traveled abroad. As a teenager, my grandma grew up in a fancy house at the marina here in San Francisco. The house still stands till this day. While visiting it for the first time, I remember thinking, how much does it cost? I wish we could uncover the hidden layer of real estate prices just by looking at a place. Unfortunately, when there's no sign, it's pretty hard to look up places online. Imagine visiting your friend in her hometown. While looking at a cool cafe, she might tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, this does look cool, but just around the corner, there's a place that makes much better coffee. How could she supply you with the right information exactly at the right time? Because all you did was behaving naturally. You're looking at the cafe once you felt like a coffee. She saw what you're looking at, and because she knows the area, she could supply you with very contextual help. I wish machines could help us in such an intuitive way, just like a local. So many people hope their phones would help them in such a way. In 2014, Google announced that many people search for information about places in front of them just before entering it. Unfortunately, there is no way to do it today. There is no app that answers the question, what's that? The way people access local content today is in very not intuitive ways. Usually, people stand in front of a place, take out the phone, type its name in the search bar. They can also scroll through a list of nearby places or find it on a map. All of these ways are not convenient. Sometimes it can't be done at all when the language is a barrier or when there's poor signage. It takes me 7 seconds to get to information about a place in front of me on Yelp. Why so long? Because I am the middleman. I have to translate what I see to a language the machine can understand. This problem was attempted to be solved in the past. Since 2010, various AR browsers use the phone's geosensors to estimate the direction of nearby places relative to the user's location. So these apps had millions of downloads, but no retention. They didn't work because the estimation wasn't accurate enough to answer the question, what's that? It turns out geosensors are not good in close range. And when walking down the street, the buildings around us fall within that close range. So how did my local friend who tapped me on the shoulder know that I wanted coffee? She visually recognized the place I was looking at. Vision is the prime human sense, and phones have cameras. So why aren't the phones using their cameras, their visual sensors, in order to recognize buildings? It turns out that general-purpose image recognition algorithms fail to recognize storefronts. They were developed to recognize objects, and they work well indoor. In the outdoor, urban environment, storefronts have a lot of reflections. In different times of the day, their looks, their appearance changes dramatically. People walk into stores, walk in the street, bicycles, cars. All of these usually block the view of the storefront. At Fringefy, we've been developing an image recognition technology specifically focused at solving this problem. I'm going to show you a video of our demo app in action. All you have to do is aim your phone's camera at a place, and we recognize it. Take a look. It's fast, accurate, convenient. It's robust to occlusions, and it works well in different times of the day. If you feel like trying it hands-on, please visit our booth and try our demo. In the future, we believe this technology will support any connected device with a camera. For example, augmented reality glasses, drones, and even autonomous vehicles. Preparing the road for such future technologies, the big companies have invested heavily in imagery and mapping during the past year. Google became so big in the days of the PC by indexing all the text in the internet. Today, in the mobile era, the big players are racing to visually index the real world. The web economy is driven by the value of a click. Click-through rate is translated directly into dollars. In the mobile revolution, clicks are moving from the virtual to the real world. Our technology enables people to click on bricks. There is no doubt that AR will be everywhere. It's inevitable. We should all be thinking about building the infrastructure to get it there while providing value to users today, even when they're using their mobile devices. To end, a friend asked me once, can you imagine a machine that knows the answers to all questions? And before he got a chance to answer, he told me it already exists. He works for Google. I think the machine still can't answer all the questions. But if we give it sight, I'm certain it can drive our car for us. It can fly a drone to our window. And it might even be able to understand what we want just by looking at us.